The snake in the grass with two skins. How a shapeshifter sucks your energy, then steals your life force. Be forewarned. Evil spirits are real, and the real don't stop. By MENSAHai. In the poverty-stricken heart of a late 1920s South American nation, a malevolent shapeshifter known as El Serpiente ensnared an entire nation with his deceitful charm. By day, he was a beggar blending into the shadows, but by night, he transformed into a charismatic leader, draining the souls of the desperate. This serpent in the grass siphoned the energy and hope of the destitute, amassing power, wealth, and control behind a curtain of illusions. However, amidst the despair, a resilient resistance emerged, determined to unmask the true face of the serpent. Fueled by the strength of unity, they confronted El Serpiente, leading to a climactic battle where hope battled against despair. In a final showdown beneath a blood-red moon, the resistance exposed the malevolent puppeteer for what he truly was. The serpent's greed led to his own downfall, and the nation emerged from the shadows, its spirit restored. The legend of El Serpiente stood as a stark reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and the unwavering strength of those who dared to defy the darkness. In the heart of a poor South American country during the late 1920s, where despair clung to the land like a second skin, a cruel shapeshifter roamed the slums. They called him El Serpiente, for he was a snake in the grass, a predator with a thirst for power. In a world of suffering, El Serpiente was a ghoul who fed on the despair of the destitute. He was a master of deception, his true form concealed beneath a veil of shadows. By day, he appeared as a ragged beggar, slithering through the labyrinthine alleyways of the shanty towns, unnoticed and unremarkable. But by night, he transformed into a charismatic figure, a politician of false promises, gaining the trust of the desperate souls who clung to any glimmer of hope. El Serpiente had an insatiable appetite for energy, and he was a vampire of the soul, draining the life force of those who dared to follow him. With his honeyed words, he entrapped the minds of his prey, siphoning away their dreams, their will to resist, and their very essence. He ruled from the shadows, a puppeteer manipulating a nation in turmoil. The people's energy flowed into him, empowering him to rise through the ranks of power. Behind the scenes, he manipulated elections, amassed riches, and tightened his grip on the fragile country. But there were whispers in the darkest corners, tales of a resistance emerging from the abyss. A band of brave souls, battered and beaten, had seen through the illusion and refused to submit to the serpent's will. As the country plunged further into darkness, the resistance grew bolder. They saw through the mirage of prosperity, unmasking El Serpiente's true form. With the last dregs of their strength, they fought back against the darkness, armed with the truth and the will to reclaim their stolen energy. In a final showdown, beneath a blood-red moon, the resistance cornered El Serpiente. With the power of unity, they confronted the shapeshifter, their faces marked with scars of endurance. The battle was fierce, as despair clashed with hope, and darkness fought against the light. In the end, the serpent's greed for energy led to his own downfall. His illusions shattered, the people's strength was restored, and they watched as El Serpiente crumbled into the darkness from which he had emerged. The poor South American country emerged from the shadows, battered but unbowed. The legend of the snake in the grass served as a grim reminder of the cost of complacency and the resilience of the human spirit. In a world of despair, the spark of resistance could never be extinguished, and the people's energy, once stolen, had been reclaimed.